Welcome to the Hollywood Scholar. I'm Jed Morgan, and it appears that we have some interesting news regarding the long-awaited Deadpool 3. And many, like myself, were concerned that Deadpool 3 may never come out after the acquisition of 20th Century Fox by Disney, believing that the rated R material of the Deadpool movies just doesn't mesh well with the family-friendly oriented agenda of Disney. But it seems like they are going forward with it, and it's still yet to be seen if they're going to keep in that rated R vein, but they're intent on keeping that vastly popular character in their cinematic universe. But the news we've got here comes from the Hollywood Reporter, and apparently Shawn Levy and Ryan Reynolds are going to join up for a third time. Both of their prior movies have been very good. I really enjoyed Free Guy and The Adam Project, which just came out this weekend, were vastly enjoyable movies for me. So I don't know if Shawn Levy is perfectly attuned to a Deadpool movie per se. I've never seen a mature movie for him. He seems to be much more children-oriented movies, and he's very good at that. I just worry that Deadpool may be the wrong sort of film for him. But they do work very well together, and they seem to be close friends in real life as well. So this might be a good pairing, and then Ryan Reynolds have a little bit of creative control to add that Deadpool edge that Shawn Levy may not be experiencing. I'm not familiar with most of other Shawn Levy work. He may have done other stuff like this in the past, so there's always that possibility. But let's get into this news here real fast. Screenwriters Reese and Wernick are returning to the franchise after working on the first two. It's good. I really enjoyed both of them. I know a lot of people didn't like the second one that much, but I still greatly enjoyed it. The director is in negotiations to team up with Ryan Reynolds for the Marvel property after previously collaborating on Free Guy, The Adam Project. Fans have been chomping at the bit for another chapter in the raunchy, violent, and of course hilarious Deadpool series since the 2018 season. Wow, has it been that long? Yeah, 4 years. That's crazy to think about. The first record-breaking Deadpool was 2016. Tim Miller. Frequent Ryan Reynolds collaborators, those two penned the scripts for the first two and now working on the third one. And animated Bob's Burgers. I don't know if that's necessarily a obvious crossover, but, whatever. Previously worked on the script for the third installment based on the character introduced in the comics. Deadpool films are the top grossing X-Men film. Yes, absolutely. They make a shit ton of money. And that's actually why, Logan was created, because Deadpool showed that rated R content can do quite well. And it was one of the highest grossing rated R films of all time until the Joker came along. And it's just really interesting to see that people want different types of stories. They want a diversity in story content. And that's one thing that I think is going to be an issue with Disney going forward, because they formulate Marvel to such a degree that Deadpool can't fit into it. I think they do need to diversify their content. Say what you want about the DCEU, but they do diversify their content in quite a way that anyone can find something in the DCEU to like. There's something that's going to attract you. And I really appreciate that approach. I think it's a sign of a healthy franchise to have very diverse types of stories. And I think Marvel definitely needs to go in that direction. And that's why Deadpool, I believe, was so successful, because it was so different and so good at the same time. It can't just be different for different sake. It's got to be good at the same time. But it was different in a way that people weren't used to for superhero films. And that's what worked very well for it. And I just worry about Disney having an issue recapturing that magic. First Deadpool following Disney's acquisition of 20th Century Fox. Yep, they did the first ones. Heels of Disney announcing that it would move its Netflix series to Disney Plus. Yeah, still, I haven't heard definitive news whether or not they'll be editing the Netflix Marvel shows to make them more Disney Plus-ified. Apparently, some shareholders were upset that they were moving adult content to Disney Plus. I'm actually all for it. You can divide up the site however you want, say this is an adults only section or something like that. I don't care how they do it, but they do need to diversify their content, and I really gain a little bit of respect for Disney if they kept the Disney or the Netflix shows unedited on their Disney platform. I don't believe that they're going to, because there are some quite extreme stuff, especially in the Punisher show. So I'd be interesting to see how that plays out, and that'll really let us know how Deadpool's going to go. If they edit the Marvel shows, I imagine that they're going to edit Deadpool as well. The first two Deadpool films are currently not available on Disney Plus, and there was a concern at the time Marvel might not continue the rated R franchise. Yep, that's what I was talking about, considering Disney's long-standing reputation for family-friendly fare. And Bob Iger assuaged fears, saying that Deadpool would remain rated R. And there's a few different ways that they could do this, because back in the 90s, they had Touchstone Films, which would be their branch of adult content that was still owned by Disney and still could use Disney properties if it deemed necessary, but it was still so separate from Disney that the Disney family-friendly brand wasn't necessarily associated with it on the public-facing aspect of those films. And I think that's a great opportunity they have here with 20th Century Fox. Keep 20th Century Fox near independent, like they started out Marvel and Pixar being near independent, and have them produce the rated R content. And they own Hulu, so put all the rated R Marvel stuff on Hulu and just make it still part of the same universe. But if they need to really protect Disney's family-friendly brand, they have Hulu and 20th Century Fox as perfect vessels on which to do that. I doubt they're going to do that. They don't seem to be very smart when it comes to stuff like that. I don't trust Disney's business skills really anymore, so I'd be really interested to see how all this plays out in the end. But anyway, that's all I have for today. I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. Please like, share, and subscribe, and I will see you on the next video. Anon. If you like what I do here and want to see good, compelling stories that Hollywood will no longer give you, check out my book series, Odyssey of a Phoenix, a mythological epic about philosophy, morality, and modern-day mental illness issues. Books 1, Down in Flames, and Book 2, Apocalypse Then, currently on sale. Book 3, Kill the Dark, coming soon.